WFLA. Hi.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Just some more information on Hulk Hogan.
Uh-huh.
He had a caller last hour that called. And, okay, first of all, I went to school with Hulk Hogan in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And, the guy pronounced his name wrong and everything. He went to Robinson High School. And, I kind of looked up to him, because, he was a big guy and everything. And then...
He's an immense man.
Yeah. So anyway, I get into 12th grade, and I end up in a class with him, okay? And I end up being in 2 classes with him, and after about a month, okay, I found out how big of a jerk the guy is, okay? He had some other guys hanging around with him. It was like a little gang, all right? Okay, he got me to carry his books from one class to the other, okay? It ain't funny.
No, I know it isn't.
Then, sometimes, he'd take my lunch money, okay?
I know the kind of kid, yeah.
Okay, he couldn't play football, okay, because his grades weren't high enough. I don't even know if he graduated, okay? And I just think that all these people that look up to him and think he's so great, all these Hulksters think he's an All-American, they ought to, I just dare any of them to call in and contradict anything I've said, because I know him personally, and I just want everybody to know how big of a jerk he was.
Okay, thank you, Ken.
Okay.
Excuse me, I've got this terrible, terrible feather in my throat today. So I'll just take this opportunity to sit here and gag.
A federal appeal.
Anything further on that breaking story concerning the WWF reversing the decision on Friday night?
Well, the machines are still sitting on the counter, so we figure that nothing's happened yet, because, as Brian said, they would definitely just jump right off the counter when it happens.
Well, perhaps they're appealing it to a federal court, and we all know how slow they work.
That's true. They could take it all the way to the Supreme Court.
But you do promise to run in with anything that comes over on it.
I'll even do a bulletin sounder for you.
Oh, hey, thank you, Yvonne.
All right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Entertainment
Real quick,
Network.
Robert, what about this, Moose? What about a big matchup between Hulk Hogan, okay, and Ric Flair?
Well, I don't really think there's any question as to who would win.
Who?
Ric Flair.
You betcha.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
He's one of the better guys.
I don't think Hogan will ever show his face again in public after the way he carried on national television over.
Okay, one quick thing about that. He did do what you said he did, right? About crying in the ring and stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was disgusting.
You remember a quarterback for the Baltimore Colts, Burt Jones?
Yeah.
They used to call him Crybaby Burt.
Well, that's a different story, though.
When he threw an interception or something, he'd sit down in the middle of the field and start crying and beating his fist against the ground and everything.
But that's a different story. I mean, he didn't have cutouts of his physique in every Circle K all over the country.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't. I guess he wasn't that well known. But he'd do it on national TV though, just like Hawk did. Every time he'd throw an interception or something, he'd get all mad and everything.
Oh, and I went into the Circle K, as a matter of fact, the morning after the match, and there were some kids just looking at Hulk Hogan's cutout, and they're pointing at it and laughing, saying, "Cry, baby, cry, baby."
Well, I got a friend.
Disgusting.
I got a friend that really likes Hulk. I like him too. But I think he'll get his title back. He'll get a rematch, Moose. You know he will.
He should have one in 2 or 3 years after he wrestles all the top contenders.
I don't know, but he'll get it probably. But he'll put entertainment. Like I was telling Teddy, I used to do high school wrestling. Now that's a sport. Did you ever watch that?
Well, I used to do it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Well, it was for me. I was a hell of a lot heavier than any of the other kids.
Too.
I particularly liked it when they made me wrestle the kids that weighed about 170 pounds, and I was going about 260. They used to talk about kids crying in the wrestling ring.
Oh, no, Coach, don't make me wrestle him. No, God, no, not Lassiter, no.
That's right. That's where you got Mad Dog, see? Your name started when you was a kid. You just didn't know it.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob.
I'm tired of people running down wrestling. It's just...
Now, just be cool.
Sorry,
do you have any information... Ted Webb, by the way, in the studio. Do you have any information on whether or not, Ted, they have reversed the victory, the clear victory that Andre the Giant obtained last Friday night on national television and given the title back to Hogan?
You know, I'll be honest with you, Bob. I don't see that there's anything to look at. I mean, the guy beat him. He pinned him fair and square.
Right. 1,
Count 2, 3. When something like that happens, I think that it's ridiculous. It's like when you see a guy come in with 2 feet into the end zone and it's a touchdown. Why review the play?
And then, of course, that cheap stunt where Hogan drags in the look-alike referee.
Oh, that's...
I mean, if he knew about that in advance, why didn't he point it out in advance?
No, that was just his fail-safe in case he got beaten by Andre.
So you have no information as to whether or not the WWF, which is, of course, a fine organization, has reversed this
I do not anticipate any reversal, Bobby. It was fair and square. It was clean, and, you know, that's all there is to it. Hail the champ, Andre the Giant, Andre Romanov from Grenoble, France. The greatest, perhaps the greatest of all time.
Fantastic. Okay, well, that pretty much settles that. Baldy, where were we in our conversation?
Well, we were talking about people.
Oh, downtown St. Petersburg for the Body Slam Kid. Hi there, kid.
Out of sight. The $1 Million Man always
Wait a second. Body Slam Kid?
Yeah. Well, the missing
What are you, about 5'6" and 130?
I'm the guy that's 5'8", 250, and 60 that's got a weight problem.
Uh-huh.
But I'm friends with the missing link.
You're friends with the missing link. Okay.
And by sign language, last night, he told me, I was in the car, driving to work. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. I heard on the news that Hogan had appealed the decision to the Wrestling Council. And they said on the news that they reversed the decision and gave the title back to Hogan.
You're kidding me.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I'm not positive, but you might want to check into that.
Teddy, could we get somebody in the newsroom, in the booth in there real quick? Just anybody out of the newsroom into the news booth real quick. Because I'm sure that if what you're saying is true, that our news department would certainly have something on it.
Well,
Yvonne? Yvonne? Open Yvonne's microphone there, please.
Yeah.
Yvonne, I know that we've got a phenomenal news department in there. You guys do a great job. I have a caller here who says that he heard on the radio, this station or another station? Sir? David,
yeah.
This station or another station?
I was another station.
Another station. Well, he said that he heard that Hulk Hogan had appealed that decision from last Friday night's wrestling match, and that it was reversed and given back to him, taken away from Andre and given back to him. Do we have anything on that, Yvonne?
I'll have to check that, Bob.
You have to check it. You mean it's not just right there at your fingertips or something?
It must have slipped through my fingers.
Well, who's the wrestling editor?
That's Brian Brewer,
Brian,
wrestling editor.
Is Brian available?
Yeah, hold on just a moment.
Okay. We'll check into this. I mean, this is an incredible outrage. I mean, I may go on strike if this turns out to be true.
Oh, I hope it's true.
I mean, there should be a congressional investigation if this is true. Brian?
Bob, yeah. I want to tell you that everybody's excited. We don't have the official word yet on the appeal, but surely if you saw it, you must agree that the Hulk must appeal the decision.
I beg your pardon. It was clearly an Andre the Giant victory. Have there been any bells going off on the news wire back there? You know, any late-breaking developments on this story?
We haven't heard any yet, Bob, but I am sure when that comes over that the machines will just leap off of the counter.
Would you run it into me as soon as it does come in?
As soon as it comes over.
Thank you very much. Brian Brewer, our WFLA wrestling editor. David, we'll check into this. This really has me upset. I hope that you're wrong.
Oh, I hope I'm right. I'm pretty sure I am. That's what they said on the news yesterday.
Oh, that would be such a miscarriage of justice. Such a miscarriage of justice.
Andre the Giant's turned bad.
Turned bad? What do you mean he's turned bad? There's never been a hint of scandal with Andre.
He's a bad guy now.
Oh, he is not. You're believing all of this hype. Andre is a fine human being.